Welcome to the 10th season of The Author's Corner with H.D. Campbell. Each show is filled with news, reviews, technology, and interviews with authors and artists throughout the industry, with a surprise or two. And now, as always, here is our host, H.D. Campbell. On today's show, we'll talk to author, entrepreneur Yara Kaleema, and we talk about her books and her company known as Swag. Then we'll move on to author Pamela J. Hayes as we talk about her books, her publishing, and her mission to help young ladies. And now, welcome to the show. Hi, welcome to the Author's Corner with H.D. Campbell. I'm your host, H.D. Campbell. I can't believe it's been 10 years since our first show. I remember starting this show back in 2009, and August will mark our first year. This year we're going to have so much celebration, classic commercials. I'm going to be out on location. I'm going to be at your events. I'm going to be at my events. You never know where I'm going to be. Sometimes I'll be here. It all depends. But today's show is the first show of 2019. I'm so excited again. It's been 10 years since our 10th season. We're going to go big. Today we have two very empowering ladies, as you just saw. When we come back, we'll talk to our first lady, Yara Kaleema.
Are you looking for that one-of-a-kind gift for a loved one, but don't know what to get? G Crochet has your back. Let Sharitha crochet you that nice hat, scarf, or that one-of-a-kind item. If you can imagine it, she can crochet it for you. Go to G Crochet for more information.
This is Bert Sanford with the headlines. Two men were arrested today in a carjacking ring that Who murdered Bert Sanford on the air? It's a murder so gritty, investigative reporter Mark Alexander comes out of retirement to expose the conspiracy surrounding Bert Sanford's assassination. Catch Late Murder at 10, the reprint, coming April 30th.
Go to www.regicrochet.com for that one-of-a-kind item. That's www.regicrochet.com.
Welcome back to the 10th season of The Author's Corner. Our first guest is Yara Kaleema. She's going to be one of two empowering ladies we'll be talking to today. She'll be talking about her books, her genres, and her business Swag. But without further ado, here she is.
The name of my publishing company is Swag Presents. We are a platform for self-published authors. Swag stands for Strong Women Achieving Greatness. So models, female. I have both male and female, but the PRC in my company is female. So I have
Okay. And when did you started? When did you start it, and what is the brainchild behind you starting it?
Well, originally in 2012, 2013, I started with publishing company. I started a 5-book deal, and then when I got to the middle of the contract, I realized that it was not working out for me to be signed to this publishing company. They were not producing what I started looking for, and so I decided that I wanted to start my own publishing company. I basically learned all the how to do all the background stuff myself, and then I just first started publishing my own work, and then later on some other people started asking me for help, asking me for my expertise, and then like on. And since then I've had some very loyal clients, including the next Chicago German, Peter Mack, Donna Colada, Christy Lynn. So a lot of people are reoccurring clients that I've been helping for years. Like me and Vanessa have been working together for about 5 years now. We just recently published a anthology together called Third Endurance, which came out today. So happy birthday to us. And a lot of my clients are loyal customers who keep coming back, and I keep helping them over and over again to publish their work. So that's been what's going on. It just became a point that I was set up with traditional publishing or the anthology book company that was not producing what I was expecting.
All right. Well, I'm going to jump ahead, then jump back for a second, because as I was going through, hi. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. He can be part of the interview too. I want to jump ahead for a second. Then I'll jump back. First, my Bella. Too much. Too much to chew on. Exactly. Tell me a little bit about that. I love that name. Love that title. And it won a lot of awards. So please tell me about it.
So Too Much to Chew was one of my first books, and it's the first one that I published with a lot of publication. I wrote that book when I was probably like a sophomore or junior in high school, somewhere in there. And it's about a woman who had multiple personality disorder, and one of her personalities killed somebody. She's not really sure like which one. So it was, I guess you would say, the beginning of me starting to look quite accomplished, because that's all my business is about, even though that's the novel, my Pamela. But it really gave me my start. I've been writing all my life, and that's one of the first books that I wanted to publish. Was one of the but I had been writing like maybe since like 6th or 7th grade, writing before. So that's when I probably high school.
Okay. What started you writing in the first place? What got you influenced to write? What made you say, hey, I like this. I want to do this?
Well, I come from a very creative family. Like all of my father's side of the family, all of them, everybody writes or is in some type of creative career. So when I was about 6 or 7, my aunt had a production company called Production. And in her company, she produced stage plays. And during the summer, she would always have a summer camp. And in the summer camp, we would write down the stage play and then perform it. So that's where the passion came from. Like, I read a lot of my aunt and my cousin, their work before I started writing my own stuff. And then as the summer camp continued, I went to summer camp every year since I was like 6 or 7. I learned more about writing, I learned more about words, and then I just fell in love with it, and then it just became something that stuck with me. I'm pretty sure you've heard of the movie Are We There Yet?
Yes.
I told the original story, Are We There Yet? And so it's a production company. So
Wow.
that is a part of my family, that's a part of my lineage. And so even now, like she's older, she's retired from doing state production.
Mm.
It's like in my blood to be a
So
creative
we're gonna
artist.
jump ahead some more because you have a lot of novels. You have a lot of stuff here and some
And
anthologies.
some of the paperwork that I sent you is not even all of my novels. I couldn't like, Amazon was acting crazy, so I couldn't get all of them linked, but most of them are there, but a few of them are not even on the list that you have.
Oh, I know. I actually last night I went on did a little research and I went, wait, this is embarrassing because you have a lot of work, a lot of anthology. I mean, you're like most of us. You don't sleep.
Right.
And,
Work hard.
yes, ma'am. Most definitely, most definitely. So between swag, all of your works, and everything, when do you sleep?
Never. Not only do I run swag production, I have a craft business called Dream Catching Creation where I make a lot of stuff. Like I make centerpieces, I make customized pieces for people. So I do a lot of stuff other than the book stuff. So it's like, and I really don't ever sleep between my kids and working. So it's like never nonstop work. Like even last night, my client called me at 10 o'clock last night. I'm like, oh my god, my book's gonna publish. Well, I finally got it to publish. So it's like never ending. Like I don't sleep, and I was up all night. Like I was asleep, but I was really thinking about like how I'm able to look at something because I've been over for weeks now. But most of the lines published and everything is good with that. But I really don't sleep. I just work. And I try to like turn it off sometimes because
I understand. Trust me, I'm that way too. So do not feel bad. So I want to talk about some of your books here, because you like to say you got quite a few. And I'm reading some of the synopses of some of these. So I want you to briefly go over a couple of them for me. Please tell me about Brick City 1 and 2.
So Break Future comes to like my sophomore junior publication that I originally published when my publication said that I did Break Future. Still my publishing a lot. But those are really my baby. Those are really like Brick City Chick and Gossip Village are the only ones that I really consider urban fiction. And they're about people that I know in my everyday life. So I might not read their names, but the stories are significant to people that I know and people that I grew up around. For example, in Break City Chick, it's about a young girl who is head over heels in love with a guy, but he's trash. He's not good. Good for him, or she's cold for him, and she's young and crazy.
One in particular caught my eye when I was reading through this is Jasine. I hope I'm saying it right.
That's my baby. Okay, so Japanese is our old religious fiction comic book. Japanese is about a young man lost his parents in 9/11 and is tested his faith. Japanese is about a young man whose parents died in 9/11 and he goes through a whole test of his faith. And his female faith increases throughout the book. Not only because his parents died, but because he has a super and because he's going through a relationship matter. And I wanted to do something different with this book and introduce a topic that not everybody talks about, like the relationship with kids and abortion is a heavy topic in this book. And yeah, so read it. Well,
One in particular also caught my eye, just what I talked about earlier, is Please Don't Kill Me. It's an anthology against domestic violence. And that really kind of tugged my heart because it's actually something that I personally take a stand on and put my platform on. So please tell me a little bit about that.
So with the Please Don't Kill Me anthology, it all just started as like a whim. I just was like, really great with the anthology about this domestic violence and then let's write about it. And that's anthology ended up having a few 12
Okay. Just gonna go through a couple more that caught my eye that I just love so much. Like, number one, Gossip Village.
I came up with the idea for a gospel music. I'm riding the bus, and people go with people on the bus talking. They had to be like 70, 75 years old. So the one lady was like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. And the other one was like, yeah, I just got out of jail. Because I had to go beat up my man and his girl because I found out that my man was cheating on me with his girl. So I went to beat her up. And I just got out of jail. And she was like, that's 75 years old. So I was like, what the heck? So I was the whole conversation on the way home when I was, and I went and got the village because it's just an environment to write about the old lady that's telling everybody's business. And that's when God is looking about the old lady that's just like she's sitting in her window and telling everybody's business. It's over. That's it. And she just appeared like, no, X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. And she got her own business. It's love.
The last title I'm going to go on before I move on is Deadly Mistress, Mind of a Sociopath.
That is my last baby. I just published her in September. And the thing about this book is the main character has autism. And she's highly intelligent, but she's just different. She wired differently than most people. And she's crazy stuff. She out here really, really doing crazy stuff. So, it was fun and hard to write her character because I had to do a lot of research because she has a specific spectrum of autism, which is Asperger's disorder. So I had to do a lot of research about how people behave who have Asperger's. I watched hundreds of videos just so that I could make sure that the character was going to make what I wanted to depict and that the writing reflects the attitude of the character. So that book was a little different from the rest of my books because of that reason. And a lot of the last few books I've written are crime fiction. So they're all about women who commit crimes. And most of them, these were sad. So to cut them up or something like that, something to that effect. In the last couple of books, that would include Deadly Mistress, Mind of a Sociopath, Even the Foolish Eye, and Insanity, that she did that. So they're all about crazy. My last few books. So the women who are serial killers, because I realized that in studying, I study a lot of crime fiction. I watch a lot of crime fiction shows. I watch documentaries to learn and stuff about crime. And a lot of times when women are really serial killers, they usually kill once or twice and that's it. They pray that it's not female serial killer or female serial killer that uses extreme violence. Usually they're like poison people because of love. So that's the reason for that. And the next couple of books probably do something similar, but in a different direction. So I've been really like crime fiction books.
Okay.
I want to write different, like most urban fiction stories are the same stories retold. So I just want to write stuff that's out of the norm and that I can use my sociology background to write a story and to make it more than just like guy meets girl, guy is a drug dealer, he buy a bunch of houses, cars, and she go shopping. Like I want to write more than that, more than like my mama was a crackhead and she ain't had nothing. Like so, in order to do that, I think that it's good to express that I can write different genres if I want to. So that's why I put out the different and something books. Besides the fact that I had to I was in like
What do you feel about the state of African American publishing anyway?
I think that mostly because of the fact that publishing nowadays don't even like publish a book at $2 once that's it. So it's just like really the fact that most people put African American writers in one big box instead of saying like there are different genres that everybody could tackle. Everybody could get a piece of the pie. Everybody puts urban fiction as the number one African American genre. Even when you listen to your books on Amazon, it's hard to really like narrow down the category that your book really falls in because it's a real tight box. When you look on African American fiction, urban life, a couple of other subcategories, but it might not fit the actual category that your book really belongs in.
Oh.
It's a major issue. Like, you know, I had somebody tell me that if I wanted to really branch into writing crime fiction, I should change my pseudonym to myself because people now associate me as Yara Kaleema with African American fiction or urban fiction because my name is Yara Kaleema. But Yara Kaleema is really an Arabic name, so I don't even know where that came from. But the person told me like I should have put my face on the book and I should change my name to something generic like Sally Sue. That way,
No.
the crime fiction audience could really go to my book. And I really was like, what? Like, no, like I'm establishing myself as Yara Kaleema because that's who I am. And if I'm doing interviews and talking to people, I'm gonna be Yara Kaleema. Like, even though I write crime fiction and some of my writing is diabolical and I write in a certain way, when you talk to me, you're gonna hear that I'm Yara Kaleema from Newark, New Jersey. I'm from the hood. I live in Number Box. Like, I don't live on Crenshaw Boulevard. I live on 16th Avenue, 15th Ave, Newark, New Jersey. Like, this is who I am. I can't change that. You know what I mean? Even though my mind or the way I write is a whole other level, I can't just be boxed into this one little space because I'm African American, I'm Muslim, and even being in the Muslim community, I've talked to people, even when I first look out, being as an imam or reverend, like of a church, call it an imam, in the masjid, he was like, oh, we have the stripper on the front because it was about a dude who likes strippers and his wife is lying on weight. And so the email was like, maybe it was a stripper in your past life, that's why you want to write about this. And I'm just like, and when I wrote this, I was in high school. Like, what are you talking about? It's just a part of my imagination. It has nothing to do with who I am as a person. So it's like, sometimes with even people I don't know, when I put out my first couple of books, like, oh, you can't be writing this because it's Muslim. No, this is not my imagination. This is what Allah has for me to do. And what's for me is going to be for me. And this is what Allah can me to do. This is what Allah can me to do. Whether I'm Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whatever. If that's what your mindset is, and this is what it's not supposed to do. As long as I'm not really out here killing people, I ain't stabbing nobody else. I'm going to write about stabbing people. It's fiction. I ain't do that. It's something that I made up in my imagination. It has nothing to do with who I am as a person. I'm not a killer. I'm not a hoe. I'm not a prostitute. Like, this is just something that came to me. Then while I'm writing, and then that's what happened. Like, this is a talent I already had. Well, it's so it's like, you know, you're always judged, whether you're black, white, purple, Chinese. It doesn't matter. You're going to be judged based on the things that you said from the observe. If you put out this type of energy, this is what you're going to be judged on. And you just have to take that criticism and try. You realize, regardless, whether you write a book or you sell a drug, it's just what happens. It's part of life.
I've had overactive imagination just like you did growing up. So I can write about a stripper's murder and not know any strippers, or I can, I wrote an entire book that got a lot of awards about a guy stealing a nuclear warhead from Russia, and
Never been to Russia and you never studied those nuclear warheads.
Exactly.
And you write what you feel is right at the time. Like, so when I wrote Even the Blue Eye, the book takes place in Alaska. I ain't never been to no damn Alaska. I did some research, and this is what came forth when I did that research. This is where my Like, it's fiction. You write what you feel is in your heart when it's fiction. And I obviously I'm writing about this scientific, non-fiction topic, and then I added my own ideology to it. That would be different. Then you can say, oh, she's writing about something she don't know about. But this is fiction. I can say the grass is purple in my story, and that's what I want to do because I'm trying like all the queen to ask me to ghostwrite this book. And then
Right.
Bad intentions are deliberate. Is that a warning or a threat? No, it's a book by author Renee A. Beauty goes a long way and never seems to run out of road. Crave, a very gorgeous young lady, finds out that beauty does and doesn't matter when she's introduced to Blair, better known as Big Time B. After clubbing with her friend Gretchen, she and Blair end up having a one-night stand. He knows how to pleasure her treasure. What does that mean? Well, I guess you must buy Bad Intentions Are Deliberate by author Renee A. Buy it at Amazon or at www.naughtyandnicenovels.com and coming soon to your favorite bookstore.
She is the queen of my existence. She is someone's black mother, someone's black daughter, someone's black sister. In fact, who are you to disrespect our black sisters? The ones who bore our children, cooked our meals, and kept our two cool selves out of jail. Have you checked out How to Lose a Black Woman, the second printing? Same Bruce Williams with an updated story and more heart than the original. You can check out the second printing of How to Lose a Black Woman for only $14.95. You can check it out from these booksellers, your favorite bookstore, and even on Kindle and Nook. And as always, let your writing fuel your spirit. How can people buy your books? How can people get to know you? Know you're a married woman, but how can people get to know you as an author?
You can always follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I have book schedules. Email me. I rather sell paperback books because Amazon is a little bit saturated right now. People take a whole lot of money from those royalties, so I rather sell paperback books. So if anybody's interested in purchasing a book from me, you can email me at swagproductions2014@gmail.com or contact me via Facebook. My name is Yara, Yara, Kaleema, K-A-L-E-E-A-H. You can find me there to purchase my books at any time. Always have a paperback. So, if you're an author, you can always get promo items from me. I make everything from bookmarks to buttons, t-shirts, tumblers, mugs, candles, whatever you need, I got you. Aside from writing books, I also have a creation company, crafting company called Green Patching Creation, where I make personalized goods basically from raisins to rice work. So, find my page on Facebook, Green Patching Creation, for more information about
So my next question is, so you said you write some paperback. Where are you? Where can we buy your books if we can't find you online?
you can find them on Amazon or Barnes Noble. Most of my titles are on Barnes Noble. So you can go on, just Google my name and all of them will come up. It'll be any book that I'm associated with, not just books that I wrote. It'll be anthologies or books that I've edited or in my company. So, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
So, you guys can find them on there or contact me by email or Facebook.
Okay. So my next question is, what's in the future? Any future projects that we don't know about yet, or anything that's coming up? Any events you got going on?
Well, right now I'm working on my 2019 anthology. It will be about a mass shooting, and I have about 6 authors working on it right now. So that should be coming soon. I'm hoping by June or July we'll have it all together because this anthology is very different from any other anthology that I've produced so far. Besides from the
Please. Okay. I know we've been talking deep all conversation, but this is why I give you the final word. Is there any advice you want to give? Anything, any words of wisdom you want to give to anyone out there in the literary world?
The first thing I would say that if you want to write a book, just write. Don't worry about how it's going to be judged, how it's going to be looked at in the end, because your first draft will not be the draft that you publish. By the time you get to the end of the journey of publishing the book, it's going to be so polished that you won't even recognize what you wrote. And I think that the most important thing is to make sure that you know what avenue you want to take, whether you want to sign with a traditional publisher or self-publish your own work. Even when you're self-publishing your own work, it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication to build up to what you want it to be. I've been in the game for a long time, but I still feel like I'm not where I want to be. Eventually, I want to step into film and producing a TV series. That's something that's in my future. But right now, I'm established for a 27-year-old. I'm annoyed, like I'm good where I am. And I think that, if you keep on working hard at your practicing what you want to do, it's going to be perfect when it gets there. So you can't rush the process. You can't just say, I'm going to write a book on Monday, then on Sunday I'm going to publish it. It's not going to work like that. There's going to be some bumps in the road. You'll have some issues. Sometimes things may not go the way that you want it to go. But you have to be patient. You have to pray over it. You have to make sure that you really want it. Because when you're hungry, you're going to eat. And that's just how that goes.
What did I tell you? She's an empowering lady. And when we come back, I'll have another empowering lady, Pamela J. Hayes. But first, let's take a kickoff to a classic commercial before we pitch the break.
Before my newest espionage thriller is released, buy my current mystery title, Late Murder at 10. It's about Mark Alexander, an ex-investigative reporter turned broadcast engineer for a St. Louis television station, who witnesses the on-air murder of a hated news anchor by a mysterious assassin. It has mob ties, frame-ups, and everything you want in a mystery. Go out and buy my title today at these and many sources.
She is the queen of my existence. She is someone's black mother, someone's black daughter, someone's black sister. In fact, who are you to disrespect our black sisters? The ones who bore our children, cooked our meals, and kept our two cool selves out of jail. Have you checked out How to Lose a Black Woman, the second printing? Same Bruce Williams with an updated story and more heart than the original. You can check out the second printing of How to Lose a Black Woman for only $14.95. You can check it out from these booksellers, your favorite bookstore, and even on Kindle and Nook. And as always, let your writing fuel your spirit.
Bad intentions are deliberate. Is that a warning or a threat? No, it's a book by author Renee A. Beauty goes a long way and never seems to run out of road. Crave, a very gorgeous young lady, finds out that beauty does and doesn't matter when she's introduced to Blair, better known as Big Time B. After clubbing with her friend Gretchen, she and Blair end up having a one-night stand. He knows how to pleasure her treasure. What does that mean? Well, I guess you must buy Bad Intentions Are Deliberate by author Renee A. Buy it at Amazon or at www.naughtyandnicenovels.com and coming soon to your favorite bookstore.
Hi, this is Linda Charles. I'm the author of Men Are Not the Problem. I know what you're thinking, ladies. Men are the problem, but really and truly, let's learn to take our lives into our hands and deal with our relationship. This is the story of a young woman that realized that loving somebody else more than you love yourself is not the answer to love. Follow her journey so that you could maybe figure out the same thing. Or you may say she's wrong. Either way, it's a great story.
Welcome back to the Office Corner. I'm not going to bore you with details. I'm just going to tell you we got an awesome interview with Pamela J. Hayes. She was awesome. She was great to talk to. No, I was not flirting, as you're going to see in the interview. But without further ado, here's her interview.
It's hard. It's very hard. I try to balance everything, like my career, my business, my family. I pray a lot, and I just keep going. If you don't try, if you don't push yourself, if you don't know if you're going to be able to succeed, so I just keep myself going, keep myself moving. I try to set schedules, set a goal, and just to meet all my deadlines and really keep practicing to make everything happen.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, my first question, I'm going to get away from your business for a second and get started on the writing. Before we get into your books, how old were you when you first decided you wanted to be a writer?
I was 9 years old when I decided I wanted to be an author. I wanted to write. It's just because you're free and you can do whatever you want on paper. It's your world. Nobody can control it but you. Nobody can tell you what color your people are. They can't tell you what your characters do. You can do whatever. You are able to express yourself and let the world know what you're actually feeling. So I have been writing since I was 9 years old.
Wonderful, wonderful. And at what point did you decide, hey, I want to write my first book? What was that process like?
It was a difficult time in my life when I wrote my first book. My first book all my books are fiction based on reality. So my husband at the time went to prison, and it was, like I said, a difficult time because everything, all kinds of emotions are going on. People really don't understand when someone that key person in your family goes to prison, your whole family is locked up, and your whole family is, your life now surrounds our prison life. So I wrote my first book at 37. I wanted to let people know what it's really about. This prison is not romanticized because a lot of books, like fiction authors, they write jail like it's romanticized, like drug dealers have thousands of dollars left for you to, to take care of you and stuff like that, and it's not true. So I wanted them to get a glimpse of my reality. It might happen sometimes, but I know reality-wise, 9 times out of 10, it's not like that. So I wanted to put my story out there on paper so that, especially young girls, it's not cool to have a relationship with somebody in jail if you don't have to.
Okay. Before I get into my next question, that's one of the things I've been having a conversation with authors about lately. How do you feel about that whole genre to where there's, the books about glamorizing having men in prison and, making lots of money and leaving you a bunch of money when all the time it's not really reality?
Explain to your 5-year-old why you're serving him, so you have to go to your parents, and you're eating out of a vending machine. There's nothing romantic about that. There's nothing romantic about getting married in prison. Your whole life revolves around this prison system, and it's not fun. You're going up there for birthdays and Christmases, and that's not reality. That's not something fun. And a lot of young girls think, oh, he's going to give me millions of dollars, and I'm going to be able to shop, and I'm going to send him money on his books. No, it becomes another bill. You're taking care of that person in jail, and
funny, and the books make it sound like, oh, he went to prison and I had a closet full of money. It doesn't. They need to know that. Or a lawyer on standby where the lawyer is, oh, he gave me this bag of money and it's for you. That's not true. It's so not true.
And see, the thing is, I love that because a lot of times we use books to escape our reality, but the problem is we're thinking we're reading another reality, and it really isn't.
Correct. Exactly. And it's sad because when I went to the prison, I'm looking at these young. I was 37, so I'm talking about 19, 22-year-olds bringing in little innocent babies up here and see these guys, or they're starting to get friends with other inmates that have girlfriends at that age, and they're saying, oh, we're going to move in together so it's easy to come see them. And it's just not, and I'm looking like, this is like a culture. It becomes a way of life for them, and that's not a good culture, and it's not, people don't see that reality. And then it's not, oh, sending them packages, and you waiting for the mailman to come for a letter that you should be waiting for a text, not a letter from somebody in prison that you're taking care of. So it's really a harsh reality, and my book tells you the truth. That's not what prison is about. It's hard, it's sad, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
Well, before we get into your books, explain to me first, how I'm getting to your specific book, explain to me how did that translate into say, you know what, I want something better, I'm going to start writing. I'm going to start putting this in the book and getting it published.
Because I always loved writing, and my first writing experience where I saw my work live was when I was in the fourth grade. We had an assignment to write a play, and I wrote my play. My first play was called The King Who Has So Many Children, and my fourth grade class performed it, and it was exhilarating. Like, oh my God, they're saying all my words, they're doing everything I said. This is my role. They can't take it away from me. They have to do what I say. So I created this book. So from that moment, I knew, okay, I need my book to speak and to help, if anything, to show reality. It's fiction, it's funny. Yeah, I change it up some to be interested, but it's reality. It's reality writing. It's like, okay, I'm letting the world know, yeah, they go to prison, but there's no silver lining at the end of the time. It's a hard 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Are you ready to go to jail for 6 years straight? One weekend to go see this person and bring your children and expose them to all kinds of things. People do things in prisons that you should be seeing, and your kids are going to be seeing it. So I let them know the harsh reality of what's going on.
I want to talk about your family time books. Don't Get Caught Up and Payback's a Bitch. Explain to me explain to me what got those books started.
I'm sorry, repeat that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's the brainchild behind those books?
The brainchild of those are mine. That's what happened to me at the age of 37. Family time, don't get caught up, means exactly family time. When somebody, a key component in your life, goes to prison, you are not your own family time. Your whole family is locked up. Yeah, they is jail, but we're locked up too, because guess what? Our whole life revolves around that prison system. Visit, when you can go see them, when you can, put money on the book, get this in the packages. Oh, your birthday is coming. Oh, Christmas is coming. So everything revolves around that book. So family time, don't get caught up. It tells you how I did not know my cousin at the time was selling drugs. And he got caught. Went to prison. And you see me, I write this story about this young woman that her husband finally was snatched away from the family, how she's going to the prison, how she's trying to help him to get a lawyer to get him out of prison, and what happened. And what she actually went through, how she was one of those people that was when they put a mailman to bring a letter, and she was like, I can't believe I turned into one of these girls. About, oh, I'm waiting for the mailman, he's going to give me a letter, oh my God, oh, I can't wait for the phone, oh, and let me fly, he's calling the phone. It shows you how, for 3 years, I was was stuck in that rut. So this particular character, it shows you how she got stuck in the rut. And then her husband was doing the same stuff, having other women come up there and do different things, and it takes you through that lifestyle, and you're like, wait a minute. I wanted to click on these young girls, like, this is not what I want to be doing. This doesn't sound fun. This sounds like a struggle. And it just tells you all of the things that I went through at those 3 years in my life. It takes you all the way through the first book. And then the second book takes you to when I got strength and I left the situation and I started a new life under my head.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, the next question I have is, a lot of people might misinterpret your book as urban fiction. How would you classify your book?
It's reality fiction, like, because it has a lot of reality to it, but I kept it fiction, so anybody can put themselves in that character, and like, is that me? Am I doing this? Like, you can pick out somebody in my character to see, to learn a lesson, to learn something, to get a message from what I'm trying to do.
Okay. Wonderful. So, now, we're on to your next book. I want to talk about Side Chick.
And I was married, divorced, everything. And my husband had his, yes, they did. And for the life of me, I don't understand why a woman wants to get ratchet. So, in this particular story, we have the main chick, who's the wife. And she's explaining why you should not want to be attached. In no case, way, or form, it is not cute to be attached. And it's for women that are different types of attachment that I mentioned, and they tell their story, and it unfolds, and they find out, and I'm quite sure everybody can relate to these four women, and these four stories, and these four attachments. It's telling women to get self-esteem about themselves. You don't need to be somebody's second best. You want to be somebody's number one. You don't want to be second best. And a lot of women always say, oh, I want to be the one. I can back them, convince them, inner critic that is convincing them that, oh, if I really wanted to be a main chick, I could. You know, because if you did, you would not be attracted. You would not settle for somebody's sloppy substance. You would not settle for Christmas on the 26th instead of the 25th. You would not be in the dark or picking up some hotels. And you wouldn't be doing that if you really, you wouldn't do it. It's low self-esteem. And a lot of them, I have self-esteem. And it's these beautiful women. I can't talk about how, oh, yeah, he home with his wife. That's nothing cute or respectable about that at all. And you're just letting this man have all this power over you and be attached. So it's letting women know, take back your strength. You are worth more than being attached. It's not a cute thing. And it can become dangerous if we're not both. So that's what this book is about. Yes, that is so true. I am single. I am happy. I am focusing on me. I'm focusing on branding, building my fan base, giving back to these young girls, letting them know that if you want, reality TV is something else. They really think that these things are going to be able to happen to them and go on. No, go to the education. Create your own story. Get confident in yourself. You have self-esteem. Know that you are worth more than just what a man is telling you you're worth. You're so much more, more than that. You have to set your standards high. And some of these young girls really don't. They believe in what they see in TV or what they read, about fantasy media and stuff like that. So I try to keep it as real as possible. To send them a message and let them know, you are beautiful. You can stand on your own. And that's another thing. That doesn't mean we don't want the men to open the door for us to keep us like ladies. I'm saying you can be powerful and you can live and you can be independent. But we still want to be treated like ladies too, but you can do it on your own. You can be all that you can be. You don't need a man in your life at all times, especially not somebody that will cheat you and keep you on the down low or a secret or you sharing him. No, you're more. You're so much more than that.
So you kind of crossed the line now. Now you're trying to tell me that I can't. Now you're trying to tell me that I can't believe what Love and Hip Hop tells me now. You mean I? Now you just totally just broke my heart right there. That's just wrong. Yes, it is.
It's not reality. They want ratings. So they're going to give you fighting. They're going to give you the dirtiest of the grimiest of whatever is going on in America and us. We love stuff like that. Drama. One of my favorite shows, and it's so funny because I have two sons. One of my, and my youngest son, he's 21, he tells me, Mom, you wrote this book about sidekick, but how do you love kids? I love it. I mean, yeah,
oh, I love Scandal too. I love that show.
She's a powerful sidekick. She commands her respect. She commands the room. She's powerful. She's intelligent. She didn't use him for anything but for pleasure. She didn't need anything else from him. She had her own money, her own business, intelligence. She ruled him.
I don't think you would really call Olivia a side chick anyway. True.
She commanded respect when she came in the room. I love her. So, and that's a powerful sidekick. Even though she was a sidekick, she was still powerful, and she showed that you can be a great person. You don't need a man to really do whatever you want to do in life. She was she's a powerhouse. So, that's what I love. That's how I love. That's what my favorite.
Which I love that show from beginning to end. I love all of that. Oh yeah. And see, that's another thing too that I want to get into real quick. You write books that empower people. Shonda Rhimes is actually an empowering person who writes wonderful things. And this is one thing we really do need to teach our young girls. Yes, she did.
She ran. So that's power. I mean, that's just power. That's telling you as an African American person, you can do whatever you want. Just put your mind to it and get it done. That's it. So I love her. And at the time, people didn't understand too. Well, I think the last, I'm not so sure, but the last 6 or 7 years, she had Thursday night locked down.
She did. She really did. I watched. What else are you doing as far as the creative side goes?
Well, after Sidekick, I'm going to be working on a project, my second audio book for Sidekick. And also, I want to do a hip-hop musical or Sidekick as a play as well.
Ooh.
To get this particular message out. So we're working on those projects as we speak. Also, I want to do a lot of going into the community, speaking to young girls, going into some of the correctional facilities, the halfway houses that they are, and to give, to donate books to them, to let them read my stories, and then they can, write feedback, give me information about the book. What did you like about the book? Didn't like the book? You can ask me questions about my personal self, or why did I want to, write it, or if they want to start writing, how they can get started writing, but I want to be a positive figure in the community. I want to be able to go in and talk to them. It's a
Okay.
I don't either. And it saddens me because sometimes it's really out there. A lot of these young women that go to college, they do something or they allow something to happen. The person is moving. And it's unfortunate when they find out that they were not victimized. That young man still has that scar. It's not going away. They probably going to college. They probably lost a scholarship. They probably lost a whole bunch of stuff. And they're labeled for the rest of their lives.
Right.
And I say, don't do it because I have sons. I don't have any daughters. But my two sons, I make sure I let them know. You're not going to put yourself in that situation where somebody can say this and that. Because it's hard to break that label once it happens. And I think, and that's another thing too, I think it should be a punishment for young girls that fabricate the truth about what happened. Because it ruins lives. It ruins these young guys' lives. Like, it ruins their family. It ruins. And then you come out and say, well, I'm sorry, I apologize. They didn't do it. It's nothing. You'll see a little footnote in the paper, oh, it didn't happen.
Right, exactly.
You know, it's not I don't want to say glamorized, but it's not broadcast the way it first happened. Oh, she was wasted. Anyway, it's all over TV. It's all over everywhere. Every station, every channel, every state, it's everywhere. When they come to find out that this person did not tell the truth, it's not even the victim of that lie. They don't come back and try to recant and really take that platform for those young boys. And I don't think it's fair. And I think, like I said, it should be a stronger punishment. If they lie about it, they need to have some type of penalty to know that they can't just do that. It's not fair, it's not right. And I'm not saying that sometimes they do get victimized, that's different. But the ones that, my parents are going to be so devastated because I did this. Excuse me. And now the world of social media that we have and they Snapchat and all this other stuff, I think it should be a much stronger penalty for that young women that don't tell the truth and later on it comes out that they will really participate in this act and you guys were innocent.
Tell me more about this event next week.
Okay, this is my second book signing in 8 years. I took a little break, a little breather after I did my first book signing. Right now, I have a strong team behind me. Traffic Lead Marketing is my promoter. Her name is Kimberly Frederick. She's outside of Virginia, so she's doing an amazing job with all my promotions and stuff. Also, I have Belle Clark. She's my assistant, helping me tremendously. So, but the event is signed to come out. It's a book signing. We're at the Harlem Tavern in 8th Avenue in Harlem. And I was born and raised in Harlem, so I'm glad that we were able to get a venue in Harlem. So it's going to be, it's basically, I'm going to be there signing the book, just watching the book. Everybody's going to come out, have some small light hors d'oeuvres, some refreshment. I'm talking to people, they're going to come, they're going to sign my book, I'm going to sign it, do pictures, and we're going to be live on YouTube, probably dancing, having a good time and putting out the book and letting people know that I'm back, I'm rebuilding my fan base, I'm rebuilding my brand. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to what's to come.
How do we get to know you? How do we get to buy your books? How do we get to know Pamela J. Hayes?
First, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is going to be very transparent. You're going to see from now to where I'm starting, from all of whatever I'm going to be. I'm putting together the stage play, me going into the theater to the audio book, me interviewing people, how I'm feeling that day. I'm going to be very transparent. So you can watch it on YouTube. I'm going to build my fan base. I'm going to be in the community. Like I said, I'm going to North Carolina in May. I'm having a book signing at the college out there. I'm going to 5 free books to the first 5 women that come. They're going to get to know me better, ask me questions. My brand is a book and a dream because I have a book and I have a dream. So everything that I want to dream about what I want to do, how I want to, spread my messages to the world, you're going to see. You can ask me questions, you can DM me. I'm very, very transparent. I'm not going to, if I'm uncomfortable asking something, I might tell you, but more than likely, I'm not talking about it. So, like I said, just follow me on social media, Author Pamela J. It's easy to find me, and
that is not a problem.
You can look for Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. We're working on trying to get it on the shelf in Barnes and Noble, but you don't have a self-published author. It's really hard to do that, but we're working. And my team, I'm doing a really good, strong team. And these are women that we've known each other for years, so it's great because they do know me, so they know, okay, she's gonna want to do this. Let's make sure they keep me on track with all of my deadlines. They make sure I don't start to procrastinate or I don't get, I get that inner critic where you beat yourself up. So they don't let me do that because we do get a little discouraged. So they are really, really pushing me to where I want to go. So I'm looking forward to being out there and sharing my story and helping people. So that's what I'm doing.
Wonderful, wonderful. So my last question is, I often give my authors the floor to give authors advice, to give advice, period, on whatever they want to talk about. So the floor is yours.
Okay. So, as you know, I'm on campus today. I've been writing on my mind. I think if you want to write, writing is, for me, is very funny. You create a world on paper. It's your world. Nobody can take it away from you. You can do whatever you want. You can tell whatever stories you want. You can be transparent on paper, and you can make the characters non-fiction. So whatever you want to say, they don't have to believe it's you. It's a character. So you have all kind of personalities that's within yourself. You can give them life on paper. So I think that's one of the great things of being an author and being able to write your stories and share them with the world. And if you want to write, just do it. People always tell me, oh, how did you get my book? I sat down, I wrote it, and I just put it out there. And right now, with all the social media and all the self-publishing companies out there, it's very easy to do. And I use Books.com because they are very good and it's really simple. So, and it's very easy to get yourself out there, get your work noticed, and it's very easy to promote because, like I said, with social media, so anybody can do it. So I encourage everyone who wants to be an author, wants to be a screenplay writer, wants to do anything that's in the literary world, out there do it. Don't let nobody stop you. Just go into it.
See, I told you it was a great interview. See, you just heard from two very, very empowering young ladies. So when I come back, I'm going to have a word of advice. But first, find out who's going to be on the next Office Corner with AC Campbell. Welcome back to the show. This is a new segment of the show. Normally I usually have other people give you advice on different things and everything, but now I'm going to start giving you advice. After 10 years of The Office Corner, been published since '99, there are a lot of things in this business that I've learned, that I'm still learning, that I can teach you. I was going to do a topic about support, but first I want to just take this little time for this first show to talk about me for a second in my history and how you can learn from it. As authors, we get a certain area where we learn how to edit, we learn how to produce shows, we learn how to do a lot of different things. But you should never get too comfortable where you know everything, because we'll never learn everything. I'm learning new things every day. There are things best-selling authors are out there learning every day. The two ladies are still learning something every day. So, my point is, you never stop learning, no matter how big you are, no matter how big you get. You can sell 1,000,000 books and still learn something from this industry. Always take advantage of everything in this industry. Continue to take seminars on marketing. Continue to take seminars on writing. There's always new methods through technology. Everything is out there. So that's it for the Office Corner. Next week I'm going to have two amazing writers, Peace, Hair Grease, and as always, let your writing fuel your spirit, and God bless.